Welcome to the Sci-Fi Center, the place to be, where comic books and wrestling collide magically. Movies, TV shows, and pop culture we share. Get ready to rock, we're here to take you there. From superheroes to aliens in outer space, we've got the latest news and reviews in our embrace. Turn on your screen, let the neon lights glow. We'll take you back to the 80s. Let's rock and roll. Sci-Fi Center, where the legends come alive. Get ready to geek out, let your imagination fly. We're diving into the past with a touch of modern flair. Sci-Fi Center, the ultimate pop culture lair. Calm down and get your feet to get at the Sci-Fi Center. We got almost everything a geek could want at the Sci-Fi Center. You name it, we got it. Star Trek, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and everything in between at the Sci-Fi Center.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get grossed out. Alien Earth episode 4. I don't know what is going on with StreamYard right now, but it does not appear. I know I'm live because I can see the little live tab where it says in stream, but where's my alert? Come on. All right, well, you guys will get the message. All right, well, before we get started, for those of you who want to watch along with me and do not have HBO Max, do not have Hulu or Disney Plus, I have put the Twitch link up there with us, and we will be going commercial free. And let's see. Going to go ahead and bring in, for those of you who are our patrons, your link is in the messages, and then for the rest of you, check your messages. My favorite glow in the dark Australian with their silk house coat on, and then Clinton. How you doing? How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. Found out I have to get my eyes fixed.
Yeah, I just saw your message too.
I'm all right at the moment.
Any Vegemite going on? Or there's a delay. All right, guys. This is episode 4. I don't know if I'm going to have a co-host tonight because it's Brad. It's 50-50. Let's check. See, he knows we're live. So I am going to go ahead and just start. Has either of you seen the episode?
I have.
Okay, I know. Okay, and then Aaron, you have not. You'll be watching it with us. All right, guys. The Twitch link is in the chat. Like, subscribe. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta fix the sound.
Oh, we lost Darren. Unless you knocked her off.
I don't think I did. I got so many screens up right now. Nah, she got knocked off.
Is that a bit better now? Not too much of a delay?
Let me see. Hold
It
on.
seems better.
Cool.
So where's the Vegemite? That's what I was asking you. That's how you knew there was a delay.
Colonic. The story doesn't move much forward in this episode, but it gives you a lot of the details of the world.
Okay.
So did the nunnery move downstairs?
Yeah, they're moving this weekend. Back there in where Fort Bedlam used to be.
You are doing things, William. You are online.
What do you mean? Oh no, I wanted to test this little thing. Look to your lower right. They have the little chat so it can go into the lower right. See my little logo?
Oh yeah, I can see.
That's what I was testing.
Yeah, they're fixing my eyes. Just about everyone in my family has had this eye surgery.
It's a creepy quote, but it's real.
This actor they got for Kid Cavalier he's doing a really good job of it.
Yeah, I want to choke him. He's that good. I was like, dude.
It's always amazing how the actors can like either really be super friends and then off screen won't even speak to each other or be villainous enemies and go have coffee every day.
Yeah. So it's like when a Babyface and the Heel go out for lunch together.
That would be a very large lithium ion battery. You know, all these characters are really good all these actors are really good in this movie or show. Especially the hybrids when they're adults pretending to be kids.
Well, it is pretty much a movie quality television show. So you're right about that.
I have a feeling that's foreshadowing in this.
I can hear background noise. Is that you, Aaron?
See if I can mute myself.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, he decided to show up. What a nice guy.
Hello.
So, Aaron, how do you feel about the next watch party we're gonna have of Mystery, the classic, the timeless, undisputed classic that is Mystery Men, and then also Wicked Part. I knew that was coming.
We're watching Alien Earth right now.
Yeah, but we could be watching the Blue
It's hard,
Raja.
but let's try to.
Blue Raja at your service.
No more heroes anymore.
Back you later, Frankenpuss.
My apologies to those of you who came here to discuss and watch Alien Earth.
This series is doing a wonderful job portraying, the company more than anything's. The companies, rather.
Yeah, just how heartless they are, or at least the beginnings of it. I mean, the scientists in there care about their work. The boy genius and that other lady, they don't get too.
Mystery Men should take them down.
Christ, dude.
Nah, this is a dystopia that can't be really turned off.
Oh, caught it. It's like the most outdoors I've seen of any alien.
Well, most of Alien movies are
On
in
ships.
ships.
Yep.
This dude is going full Sir David Attenborough.
Maybe give me a timestamp real quick.
14:17.
Also, the writing on this show is pretty good.
Hold on, I got frozen. There you go.
I like the human interest aspect of it as well.
It really shows how dystopian this world has become.
You might say there are no more heroes anymore. All right,
What?
last one. Sorry.
We're watching Alien.
I'm talking Alien.
No, you are.
I wonder if Wayland Utani takes over everybody. Because am I
Possibility for
am I
sure.
wrong? Was Wayland Utani the only company in all the other Alien movies and series?
Yep.
The only one we saw. Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of interesting if they showed it, and this is going to sound like a bit of a weird analogy, but if Whaley Utani kind of is almost like equivalent to like Taco Bell and Demolition Man, in the sense where they say like everything is Taco Bell now in Demolition Man now. It's like Whaley Utani. I mean, I'm serious. It's like Whaley Utani becomes like that monolithic.
I don't know if I would use that. I would.
But the idea that they're like that monolithic.
That's not an idea though. We don't know that. We just know what we've seen in the movies. This is the first time we've seen any other company besides them. There could still be other companies even in present Alien time.
Actually, something else I was thinking about too, and they haven't really done this on or hinted on this on the show thus far. But think about like Predator Badlands, with Whaley Utani being a presence in that. Do you think they might do anything like the inverse in that, like any kind of like any kind of like Easter egg or connective tissue with to Predator? Even if it's not like an outright crossover on the show, but like just
not with this show, not with this show that we're watching, because he doesn't seem that he wants to do things that way. He barely wants to be in the universe that he's in.
Again, I'm not saying that like I'm not saying that like make a Predator show up, but I mean the fact that Whaley Utani is as prominent as is, and the Predator Badlands marketing, and these are releasing in such
well, like I said, it's two different creators. I don't think this guy is on the same page as Dan Trachtenberg. At least not yet. Yeah, you're about to get grossed out here. Something's wrong with our chat, by the way. It's not linked up.
Yeah, right. It's a little bit. We're not seeing a lot of it right now. I mean that might as well be the title of the show. You're about to be Alien. You're about to be grossed out. It's either that or like Alien. You're about to make a bad decision.
I don't even know if I want to watch this.
Alien, you were making a bad decision was last week's episode.
Poor sheep.
I'm sorry, I can't feel bad for CGI sheep.
Oh my god, that friggin' eye thing again.
The sheep knows it's a danger.
Just push his eye out of there.
The only thing I have to say is at least they're using it on a sheep and not a human yet.
So nasty.
I was a little freaked out when that sheep stood on its back legs. I was like, wow.
No, this is giving off like the opening of Hollow Man vibes. Oh,
You're behind, I can hear. Timestamp for everybody is 22:03.
I'm watching it on Twitch.
Okay, you're good.
That security guard is so right. If one of those ever escapes, because in all the alien movies, that goddamn alien escapes.
I need this one to die here on this show. Fuck this. Ugh. Ugh. Hey, if you guys are the 44 of all throughout the platforms that are watching, go ahead and type something in. I think we're having an issue with our chat. Let me try something.
There's a scene coming up that's really creepy.
This whole fucking show is creepy.
Well, it's not creepy in the alien biting your head off creepy. It's just creepy.
Okay, that I guess I should be comforted a little bit. Oh, I didn't know they were married. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can see you, Aaron. So I just don't know if it's connected because, like I said, we got plenty of people. A lot of you, if you're on Twitter right now, first of all, come over to the. Here, I'm gonna put our.
I typed something about the black alien.
I saw that. Yeah. There you go. If you're watching in
On
on
a bit
Twitter,
of-
come right over to the Mother Home.
I think it's on a bit of a delay.
Yeah, it's
That's
like a
all.
massive delay.
Here you go, Brad. Tutelage on how babies are made.
Hey, Monkey Jeebus.
I'm well aware of the process, Clint.
Some of the stories you tell me, I wonder.
Well, see, boys and girls, like it all starts when like there's
Focus,
a man and a woman.
please. Focus. Focus. Uh-oh. Diagram. Go to our G rating.
Oh my god.
Ha ha, hilarious.
Yeah, that redheaded robot, that scene just creeped me out because she knows she's a robot, she knows everything, but still she thinks she's pregnant. Or she might be going to release one of those animals so that it could have a baby so that she technically created it. Mind you, that's only a guess, I have absolutely no idea.
Like a form of surrogacy.
This guy is creepier than the aliens on the show, dude. This boy genius, dude. Well, that was always his plan, Monkey Jeebus. That was always what he wanted to do. It's so it's kind of the other way around. Yeah, that's probably true. This is definitely why. Yeah, I agree, Monkey Jeebus.
This is a whole bunch of manipulation by everybody. Because Kid Cavalier already know he talked to the brother and conning him into staying. So now he's talking to the hybrid saying, hey, we'll keep your brother here if you do what we're building. It's just
here we
evil
go.
on top of evil.
It's fucking sheep again. God damn it.
The sheep saying, I see you. Or Isaac Asimov.
Yes. This is Kyle Chanier's eldest daughter, Sydney.
Bad couple days, then really one bad day.
Oh, using their parents against me.
Your feedback, Darren.
they're using the parent.
Yeah.
Gotta love the KY jelly on the eggs. That's what all the alien special effects slime is just KY jelly. They're playing Jenga with concrete blocks. Is it me or am I hearing that sound of that radar that they had?
Yeah, I'm fucking hear something similar.
Hold on.
Yeah, I can hear something similar creeping in the background. Monkey Jeebus, no.
I'm not even bringing that up. So I'm assuming he's going to try to take the brother to the egg.
I'm feeling a slight tightness in my chest.
Have you landed?
I was not talking about real life. I was talking about this show.
He's starting to coming to terms to the fact that he's a cyborg now.
I think Williams, because his Twitch went offline too.
Oh yeah.
His Xenomorph bit his cable.
Well, Monkey Jeebus said that the creator even said he didn't want to connect it to the movies, whether that's true or not.
Yeah, it is. His part is so far been fairly standalone.
Well, supposedly this is happening just before the events in the Alien movie, the first one. Which is why I'm saying Prodigy gets the monster, gets crushed by it, but they eventually kill the monster. So Wayland Yutani wants another one.
So it's essentially Golf is saying that it's pretty much an Elseworlds.
Let me see. Hold on, stupid internet went out.
I don't know if this is an Elseworlds. I think this is a part of the story. He may not have wanted to, but he had to use the alien name.
Doesn't this supposedly happen quite some time after Prometheus and before the first Alien movie? Like in between there?
Well, not from what I've read. It's always been this is before Alien. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. It should be just about over from where I saw you guys.
Be back up in a second. There we go. All right, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get back going again. No, this is not an Elseworlds. I saw that question pop up. Real quick, I'll answer this. That's not his choice. The creator is an employee, and he works under the executive producer, a guy named Ridley Scott. So he has certain freedoms, but he goes into the same direction as the franchise is going ultimately. All right, here we go. What the fuck is going on? I cannot. I don't even know if this is the internet because I switched to a different internet. Yeah, I'm having a crash on StreamYard on this end, so I'll be right back. The fuck, dude. Right at the end of the fucking show. All right, be right back. All right, let's give this a chance. Bam. Escape. Piss me off. Share screen. Ooh.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Spaceballs.
I keep telling you that again. Dumbest movie scientists are all in Alien. Clint, are you familiar with Armchair Directors? No.
No.
Yeah, look up their channel. They're pretty. Those guys they're filmmakers. They also review movies and things like that. And they did one of the original Alien, and they did exactly that at the part when Dallas runs into the alien in the in the shaft, or the alien does like like that, and he said, "Oh, that's a funny like jump scare, like like hello my baby, hello my honey."
Yeah, that episode could be called manipulation rather than observation.
This would be interesting for it. I agree.
It's got free. There you go. Sorry about I don't know what the hell happened. Figure out whether it was internet or StreamYard. Both of them have been culprits of fuckery. So it's not like all right. So that would put me to sleep, just like the last two movies those did. I don't. They need to put like Jason and Freddy. There's some franchises that just need to be put to sleep for a little bit. I thought Terminator 3 was one of the fits right in line with Terminator. It literally explains to you how it does. I don't know how anybody could not see that it was, but hey. Okay, so we didn't have a lot. Something is wrong with StreamYard tonight, guys. So for those of you who are watching and are trying to comment right now and you can't, there's a whole bunch of issues right now with StreamYard's interface right now. It's messing with a lot of different things. So if you have been trying to comment and you can't, or you're depending on where you're trying to comment from, because usually if you comment from Twitter, I can still see it. Can't see anything. And I know we got 70 people watching across this entire platform right now at 12:42 a.m. And if you've been a part of any of our shows, even the stupid ones with stupid movies like Ace Ventura, you've seen our interaction with our chat is there. And it's fine, but right now we're having a problem and a delay because I'm looking at it on YouTube and I'm looking at the chat and it's not lining up. So sorry, it's technical. I have no control over StreamYard. It's interface with YouTube and how they work with each other. So okie dokie. All right. I thought the episode was cool. You're right, Clint. It didn't really move the story along, but it did flesh out some situations and some circumstances. So I thought that was fine. It was creepy as any of these other episodes are. The fucking sheet.
Yeah, that robot saying she was pregnant, I was like, ooh, something.
Yeah, that was.
Well, I mean, we've seen a man get pregnant in Junior with Arnold, so anything's possible. Why not a robot get pregnant?
You're starting to see how these androids and these synthetic things, they're struggling, and that's why there's been so many malfunctions. You can kind of see, the genesis of that. There is by design. Even Timothy Oliphant's character, he knows that guy's going to try to infiltrate the company he works for, but he doesn't seem like he's doing anything about it or reporting it to his boss. So
what I want to see is what that eye thing does to that sheet, other than what
it's going to do. It's going to do the same thing it did with the cat. The one scene that I saw was when it was attacking the people that went in there to examine it, just like a regular sheep would. But I don't know. I'm assuming once it leaves, just like the cats did.
It's like a
So,
symbiote or
I
something.
enjoyed the episode. Well, it's a parasite. It's a parasite that basically takes over your mind. Those tentacles intertwine itself with the workings of your brain, and then it's like you are still there, but it's in control. So that sheep is still in there, but it's probably going to want a more sentient life form. That's why it's going to continue to upgrade until.
I think that's why it stood on its hind legs to see what's around it and what's available.
Yeah. I think all opponents going to present themselves as an infected person to meet Moro. Well, he's already met Moro. He's already met him, and Moro knows he's a synth. So I don't know how that will work. And Moro would know he can't get infected. He's gonna try to get the brother, but it's gonna end up being, somebody else. Well, he doesn't really need it now because the xenomorph, they use the lung, so that xenomorph will be rolling around there. So it'll probably just jack that. Yeah, he's a synth. That's why remember when he walked into the room where the eggs were, and boy, what's his face they were about to open up and get him. He pulls him back and lets them know, that what they do, and they're not gonna attack him. So now Timothy Olyphant's character, what's his name again? Rush, something like that. Yeah, he's definitely a synthetic. Replicant is Blade Runner. Completely different type of a construct, but yeah, I know what you mean. Okie dokie. Anybody got anything they want to add before we wrap this up while the internet is still going on? Anybody?
Yeah, the brother's is now having to deal with the fact that he's a cyborg now, and he's going through the motions.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He did. He knew all of them. Moro knew all of them were synths at that particular time, but he definitely knows them. But it wouldn't matter whether he knew or not. The alien is going to know, and the facehugger is not even going to open up for him because he knows there's no purpose to it. So. All right, guys. Well, that has been Alien Earth Episode 4. Sorry for the technical difficulties at the end. Kind of jammed everything up. But quality TV show. We was 8 episodes. We were halfway. Well, the redhead is the same thing. She can't be infected. They're not going to even attack her. So yeah, it could be the doctor, could be her husband, could be Boy Genius. He's got to die. There's no way he makes this through. There's no way. He's
Well, when he said, "Oh, what? I don't want to wake up one morning with an alien popping out of my belly."
Yeah,
that's foreshadowing.
He's a perfect candidate. How you doing, Spot? What's going on? All right, about to wrap it up. Like I said, not a spectacular episode, not the best of the 4, but it's a solid carryover. I'll have to look at the previews because they didn't add the previews. One thing about this show is that when I'm watching it, they don't add like the previews like Game of Thrones does. You got to watch it. They'll put it on their YouTube channel. So and then I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of people who break down because there'll be something in there that they'll be able to break down. But how you doing, Andy? Are you guys just getting the notification, Antonio, or are you just coming on when you can? Because we've been having some issues. I've been having some issues with StreamYard tonight because we got 73 people in here, and like I said.
This episode was very human interest and very drama driven.
And still found a way to fucking have the eye thing. Ugh, with the sheep. They've been using that sheep scene for the promo forever, and I'm just glad. But apparently in the next episode it goes fucking batshit crazy and just attacks the shit out of them, and they got to kill it, and then they have to contain. All these alien species are gonna die. By the way, if anybody's worried about they're going to get out and they're going to pay. No, because we would have already seen that. The only one of these species that they even seem interested in the most is the xenomorph, and that's the only one we ever see going forward. We don't ever see any of these other ones. The only time you see any variation of these aliens or is on Prometheus when you see the mutagenic effect that the black ooze goes through. So, and by the way, the creator, he's not the creator. Holloway, I think Noah Holloway is he's the showrunner, and when asked about, people were saying that he was doing things unconnected. He really never said that. The internet ran with that shit. So, because once again, he can't. It's not his IP. So he's running this particular show and directing these episodes, but this show fits within whatever Fox, Hulu, and Disney want for Alien. So I just wanted to clarify that. All right. So you did get the international. Okay, cool. I do not know who will replace Diamond. That's there's still a lot of hearings and going on in Bacon. I've been trying to not pay attention. I get my comics through other sources. Once that instability, once they started splitting with Random House and Luna and all that other shit, I just started just not even, they weren't even a thing for me anymore. And the director who did the Fall Guy movie and did one of the Fast and Furious movies didn't a spinoff of The Rock and Jason. Oh, okay.
No, you're talking about David Leitch. He's a co-directed the first John Wick, and he's a pretty big fan. He did Atomic Blonde too. You're a big fan of it.
Yeah, I don't need to see a Knight Rider.
Yeah, listen. There's certain things, to be honest with you, that just need to be left in the 80s. All cars talk now. Half the fucking cars are driving themselves now. Half the shit that Kit Knight 2000 had in 1983, fucking, the cars have already. It's like the Matrix. You're gonna run into the same problem with the Matrix. It's just not cool anymore when it catches up to you and you have all the shit. We're not gonna cook you with they went into a telephone booth and now they're back in you go find a telephone booth. There's like one for every 1,000 square miles, and people look at it like it's a meteorite that landed on the planet. Flip phones, who has those? Yeah,
but your great
landline, who has those now?
Yeah, so it's when the stuff came out in 1999, it was groundbreaking. It was cool. It's not groundbreaking or cool anymore. And what are you going to do with Knight Rider? I mean, like I said, at some point, there are some things that you can carry over into modern times and some things that just fit right where they were at. And Knight Rider is one of them. I mean, I would rather him just do another.
That was a kick-ass intro, though.
Yeah, just do another Atomic Blonde. Instead of doing this and this nostalgia bullshit, go do Atomic Blonde too. Charlize Theron wants to do it. I mean, what you directed the last? Let's do that. I mean, give me something that extends upon at least a newer idea. I mean, shit. I come on, man. I mean, Knight Rider, seriously? What else are we gonna do? We're gonna do different strokes. I mean, what are we just gonna keep rolling back?
Is David Hasselhoff coming back? Is there anything about that?
No, it would be somebody else. He's like 9,000 years old, and he basically can make more. He can make more selling out stadiums in Europe and Germany than he can make back in the shows.
But I mean, but come on, like it's like when we get to like Secret Wars, he's got a cameo as the alternate Nick Fury. Come on.
Well,
the unseen Nick Fury, it's like the unseen.
The problem is if you do a cameo for some shit nobody saw, then it's just stupid. I mean, like the 8 people that saw it are going to be like, okay. So yeah, the cameo actually has to like have an effect. But if nobody saw it and nobody saw that, then it's not going to have an effect. No more redoing V. No more redoing V. They actually, the show was good, but the problem is to do V right, and they were doing it right. It costs a lot of money that a lot of these people don't want to spend money on. V didn't get canceled because people weren't watching it. V got canceled because it was a super fucking expensive show to do on network TV. So yeah, no more 80s. Let's come up with some new stuff, man. Oh, like I said, what's happening at these pitch meetings? Hey, boss, you remember the 80s? I'm like, get out. All right.
Well, they
Yeah, I
got
remember
another
that.
scary movie greenlit. So I mean, I mean,
That's not the 80s though. Most of the shit that
yeah,
scary
but it's
movie parodies comes
but
from
the
the
80s
90s.
are anything from the 80s
Yeah,
is
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm
100
talking
billion
about.
times better and more
I'm
greenlightable.
talking about nostalgia. You're talking about bullshit. I'm talking about nostalgia.
Literally, exactly.
All right.
So how did that get
Hold
greenlit?
on. I'm staying on topic that I'm being asked in. No, I'm tired. I'm tired of stuff being retreaded from the 80s. Listen, the 80s was a special time. If you weren't there, you weren't there. And a lot of the stuff that people are trying to remake, they can tell the same story, but you don't have the same vibe. Same thing with the 90s. It's like Father Crow failed. It was a horrible movie, but be honest with you, unless you were going to make a 90s period piece, that movie was going to fail anyway. All right, make something for 2025. Make a new idea that sits in 2025 or beyond. Is it that hard? These people make a lot of money basically to relive my fucking childhood. No, we don't. I saw Knight Rider, Antonio. I saw Knight Rider. You know when I saw Knight Rider? When I needed to see Knight Rider. Had kit car, light up car, battery operated, did the whole thing. All right.
If they did a V nowadays, like they did the Battlestar Galactica reboot, that would be interesting.
Okay, they're
They
not
did,
going to.
they did one in the early 2000s, and I only did one season.
Yeah, they did V as good as V is going to be done, and once again, you're going to be spending money. Remember, Battlestar Galactica was back when Universal was shoving a boatload of money at the Sci-Fi Channel, the RIP Sci-Fi Channel, when the Sci-Fi Channel was still a Sci-Fi Channel. All right, when they started spending realistic money on their shows that they thought, those shows went away. All of the shows went away. So no, I don't think. What if Chris Carter remade B now? Like I said, the V that came on the air with Morena Baccarat, that didn't fail because it was a bad show. It failed because that genre is just not there right now.
It failed because it ran out of ideas.
Well, when you're making a V remake, you already ran out of ideas.
No, I mean, they did it with, you dismiss Battlestar Galactica, but Battlestar Galactica was a great remake of Battlestar Galactica.
You're not going to get them to spend that kind of money on that show ever again. It's just not going to happen.
That had Katie Stackoff, didn't it? That one.
Yeah, that had Edward James almost. That was when you are never going to get them to spend that kind of money on that kind of show again. Unless it's on a streamer. And then you're only getting 3 seasons anyway. If you make it past once. Look at all the cool kick-ass shows that get talked about on Netflix, and all these shows get 3-4 years. That's it. Battlestar Galactica got what, 4 years? I mean,
the first one got 1 year.
Well, yeah, because it was Glenn A. Larson, and that got canceled by accident. That got canceled, and the ratings came out after they made the decision, the annual ratings, and that's what Battlestar Galactica 80 came from, because they realized they fucked up. Because Battlestar Galactica, as cheesy as that show was in 1979, 1980, it was a high-rating show. They didn't expect it to be. They had already cut production on it, and Glenn A. Larson, who they used for everything in the 80s. If you grew up in the 80s, Glenn A. Larson was like on the title card of everything you fucking watched. A-Team, I think, included, Knight Rider included. So he was just, okay, I've moved on. And then he didn't want to come back, and they did Battlestar Galactica 80, which was a horrid show. But no, let's I mean, you know, when you were in the 80s, it was cool because those ideas were new. And every decade, I mean, it's like remakes and reboots. It's like, damn, I mean, we need to go to kindergarten and say, hey, kids, come up with some new ideas, because the people we're paying millions are just giving me the same shit that I grew up with. I don't need another Knight Rider. What are they going to do with Knight Rider in 2025 that they couldn't have done in the last, 40 years since that show has, been up there? So, yeah. 18 million. Yeah, we discussed this before. Like I said, I say congratulations to all of you who went to go see K-pop Demon Hunters. I will never see it, but it sounds like a whole bunch of people had fun. And then Netflix is putting out right on their streamer in a week and a half. It'll be on there, get released on Netflix. So yeah, I how long is their theater? Fourth, how long is the theater run for the K-pop? It's only 1 or 2 weeks, right? Did anybody on the screen see it? I not me, but
Actually, kind of interesting you say that because Prehistoric War that's getting its theater run extended in the U.S. and in Australia.
By who made the company? Who did it?
I need to look that up, but it's such you get a pretty awesome response. So
Yeah.
give that look. Once I think at least one theater close to me is playing it.
That is it. Why I don't even know anything about that. I would love an Airwolf. Okay, once again, it's dude. When Airwolf came out, there was no such. I think Airwolf came out. There was no such thing as like an Apache Longbow. I don't know if you could do these shows again. And these shows, be honest with you, and a lot of these aren't bad shows, and they aren't bad ideas, but they're just not good ideas for 2025. They are great ideas for when they were put out. There are certain things that just don't work. The world has changed since the 80s a lot. Yeah, that's all they did. And Netflix is that, like I said, Netflix is not interested in wide long-term theatrical release. It would be basically like slitting their own wrist. Explain, Rex. Oh, because your AI, things like that. But once again, they did all this. See, now you're doing a story about, it's like on the nose. If you're doing a story about AI in 2025, it's like, a lot of our movies are about AI. Back when Tron, Tron wasn't one of my favorites back, when we saw it, but it was big. And can you imagine back in 1982, Tron, watching something like Tron, even as rudimentary as it looks now, was mind blowing for us back then. Now, like I said, that's. And that new Tron looks good. Jared Leto was, but like I said, it's just not. It's, and that's a sequel. That's not a reboot. So redo the Golden Girls. No. I mean, if you're gonna make a show about some ladies in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, just make a new show that fits in 2025. You don't even need to slap the Golden Girls on it. I mean, and speaking of Golden Girls, I remember when Golden Girls were first launched, it was risk. Nobody thought the Golden Girls was going to succeed. Nobody. I remember on Entertainment Tonight, watching Entertainment Tonight, and they didn't even know how many episodes they were going to get, because a lot of shows in the 80s got canceled like in the fucking first season. Some shows didn't even get their first season done with. And everybody was worried about who's going to watch this show about these old ladies living in Florida and retired and all that. Who's going to watch it? Everybody fucking watched it. But you know what they were doing, though? They took a chance. They took a chance on something new and different. They were doing that back in 1980, 1986, 1984. Why is it so hard to take a chance and do something new and creative now? I mean, I understand that the franchise recognizes it, but you gotta, you can use that, but you can't be a prisoner to it. We're a prisoner of the 80s. That sounds like a fucking Duran Duran song. 18 million, that doesn't sound like the biggest thing out at any. I mean, it's good. It's good money for what it is, but I biggest thing out right now, I think that's a little bit stretching it.
Well, like you said before, they follow the same repeat patterns trying to get people to watch stuff, but there's so many more channels now compared to the 80s.
Yeah, we only had 3. We had ABC, NBC, CBS. That was it. And
PBS.
Channel 56, and PBS, and Channel 56, and I can watch wrestling. See, and I hope this does well, but I don't know, man. I don't know, because there's a lot about The Last Starfighter. To this day, I can have Starfighter that was really, really cool. And then I remember back when it got released, and the arcades had the game, the limited release game, and you could play the game that he got recruited from, and you just felt it. That you just don't have that feeling now about something like this. Now, a sequel to The Last Starfighter, it's different when you're doing a sequel, I guess, because you're not restarting something, you're continuing a story. Things like Top Gun Maverick, things like that, Blade Runner 2049, even that, like I said, that's a limited audience of me and a couple of my friends. But like I said, it's like all right, okay. Now, all right, see, the troll alarm went off when you said some shit like that. That's when I should have a sound effect for the troll alarm. Listen, I haven't seen everybody in the chat. want you to, everybody in the chat. No, this is a no prize. I want you to guess how many seconds I've watched of Frozen 1 and Frozen 2. Go ahead and guess. You won't need much time.
57.
No.
391.
No. Your first guess was 57 seconds off.
Mm.
The other
Oh,
one.
so you've seen 57 minutes. Okay.
I've seen 0.
You've seen it, yeah.
I've seen 0, and I know how huge Frozen is.
You don't want to
mean,
let it go. Let it go.
Every little girl, you would see them at Walmart. You see them at anywhere, and they're all dressed up like her. I mean, I'm like, what? That's not for me. But hey, let me get my flamethrower then. All right.
Frozen's a license to print money, man.
Dude. You're not. I have no info to dispute you. If you went to go see K-pop and you loved it, like I said, it succeeded good, and Netflix is going to put it on their streaming service, and they'll use it to up their stock price and for their retention. But I have no interest in it. But hey, 18 million. What did it cost to make K-pop Demon? It couldn't have cost that much, right? Because
it's already out on Netflix.
Oh, so they did. It's okay. So it is all right. I thought they were waiting. Oh, you're right. You're right. It was a 25th. It was a 26. 26. There you go. Let's see. Let's look up this shit, dude. Because like I said, by the way, anything with K-pop on it, I don't. People. I don't know. So, all right. Okay. So this is where Netflix. This is the truth within the numbers. Netflix did not drop 100 million of it on this to give a fuck about what it did in the box office. They don't fucking care. They're gonna get it made 19.2 million. They're gonna get like half of that, maybe. What Netflix dropped that 100 million on, because everybody else is gonna watch that shit on Netflix. Their numbers, they're gonna track their numbers on Netflix, and congratulations to them. Congratulations to them. The Tron update has potential to resonate with a mind. It does. Now, there's a difference between resonating with a current audience and breaking through. Tron was a breakthrough. See, some of these things that they're redoing, they've lost their breakthrough element. They've lost that wow. Like I said, The Matrix is a prime example. They've lost that wow factor. They've lost that break. When I see people flipping phones, I'm like, ooh, well, let me touch your screen. Oh, it doesn't do anything. Ooh, let's move on to the next movie. I mean, Jim, oh my God, Jim. Oh my God. Jim was bigger than K-pop before K-pop existed. I remember Jim. They stuck that show right in between like Rambo and Transformers, man. They get it, buddy. Well, on Nostalgia Show, a successful one with Matlock and Murder, She Wrote all coming back. And you know what? I'm not a big fan of that. Andy Griffith was Matlock. Angela Lansbury, I'm not saying you can't make other shows like that, but those shows were designed for those people. Just like the Golden Girls. You redo the B. Arthur is not, she's gone. Rue McClanahan is gone. Betty White outlasted everybody. She's gone. Those distinct personalities in that time made that show. If you're going to do something anywhere near that, just make a new show. Let's see. I don't know what's good. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. Like I said, I don't know if you have daughters, so that's good for you, man. It's something you can watch your daughter. I hear it. I'm not against it. I just have no interest in it. It's just not, it's like talking, country music to me. I mean, I know I got like 10 songs total that I like. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. So
They can redo Airwolf.
I don't think so, though. I don't think so. I don't think we can do. See, like I said, that type of show worked when it came out. It's just like Knight Rider. See, when you look back on these ideas, they're really cool. I understand the draw. I understand the lure, right? Especially as somebody who grew up there. But you can't. Part of nostalgia is reliving the feeling of how you felt. So you have to run the risk. I don't feel like I did in 1983. Go figure. You're gambling on that. My audience is still going to be engaged, and you're gambling at a whole new audience that's not going to feel that vibe. is going to come along with you. Now, could it work? Sure, but these shows are expensive. These shows are super expensive, and you just, why, if you're gonna do that, why not just make a brand new show? You know what? Instead of making any of these other shows, where's my Mindhunter season 3? How about that? See what I mean? That's a new idea. That's a new take. So like I said, I'm not big on remakes and reboots because it tells me that you're not. Are you even entertaining something groundbreaking? Are we done breaking ground? Was all the ground broken in the 80s and 90s? Are we done? Is that it? I hate to think so. I mean,
another thing you got to look at is the TikTok generation that's coming up. They're used to watching 10 minutes of something and then moving on.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You're making these things for somebody who, man, their attention span is just, we got so much at our fingertips now. I don't listen to their music, and no, I'm not going to see the movie, but they had 256 million, or it was and that's why, this is why Netflix dropped that 100 mil in it. That 100 mil was nothing to them. That 100 mil was like, whoops, because they knew what they had. They knew what they had. And this is why I tell people, stop trying to make Netflix something else behind Netflix. They threw it in the theater. They basically, it's like a dog that you're trying to get to follow you back in your house. They say, here, buddy. And then you get the bag of treats and you're running into the house because as soon as that dog eats that treat, he's on your ass, and then you're in the house when you need him. So good business move. Good business move for Netflix. That's a bargain, to be honest with you. Forget about what it made in the theaters. That's a bargain because there's going to be a whole bunch of people that didn't have Netflix before that are going to want to watch this over and over again. And then you have the people who are like, I have too many streamers. Oh, K-pop. All right, shit. The kid's daughter wants to watch it. Good move by Netflix. And only time I ever watched Frozen was when they're in live action. Oh, okay, yeah. Like I said, never. Ring Pops. Oh my goodness, do they still make those? Sony is going to go full AI and K-pop Demon Hunters 2 out fast. Wow, get to hear about that conversation when the next WGA and writer's strike and director's strike is. Why? Why would that be stupid, or why would that be dumb? That's their business model. Why would they? They got their lure. They got everybody out there. Up, K-pop Demon Hunters is great. Next one comes out, getting you right to their getting you right to their streaming service. Now that it's been this big, they can skip the middleman. I mean, that's
And they've got K-pop popcorn buckets now.
Oh yeah. So Netflix got paid for that. Netflix didn't pay to have those. Netflix got paid for that. So Netflix is one of the smartest companies out there. Here's my problem, Jeebus, is I don't trust them anymore. Not quality-wise. They have delivered on the quality. But fuck them. I should be getting as much Sandman as they had story to tell. I understand there's an issue with Neil Gaiman. You got this. The story's already done. Neil Gaiman can step away, and you can say Neil Gaiman is no longer a part of that product. But that fucking show was beautiful. Both seasons, it's beautiful. And they meant it to cover. They said at the beginning they meant it to cover as much of the 75 issues as possible. And I'm not going to get that now, because they made the decision to cancel it. So if they ever did something like that, I'm like, you're going to stick to your guns? I mean, I understand you do what you have to do with Neil Gaiman. I understand that. You let him go through his process. A lot of people love that show. And you don't get very many abstract, weird-ass shows like that are on the money. And now we're not getting any more of it. So, yeah, I would need to... and Netflix doesn't make those type of commitments to these type of shows. So I would love to see it. Because there's a whole House of Magic. There's a whole world. I would have liked to see Dead Boy Detective go a little bit. Dead Boy Detective was a brilliant show, but it was a brand that nobody knew. And if they're going to do any more Vertigo or Black or Vertigo mainly, it all has to come through the Sandman. It all has to come through the Sandman, whether it was originally that IP or not. everything has to go through the Sandman. It's the most famous IP Vertical has as far as covering all that ground goes. They have to get it out there. So I would like to see it, but man, that not getting Sandman season 3, that hurts, man. Not as much as getting Mindhunters, because see, as much as I love Netflix and their game plan is brilliant, they fucked me a lot. I just realized Mindhunters, Sandman, Dead Boy Detectives, and a few others. So yeah.
Did you ever watch Lucifer?
Yeah, but I watched that on I watched that when it was Fox, and I don't know what Fox is smoking. I don't know what Fox is sniffing up both nostrils. That show had good ratings. Now, I understand as that. Now, here's the one thing in their defense of Fox is as that show went on, the effects and the budget of that show went up, and it got to the point where I guess they could no longer justify the network, model of spending that type of money on it, or they were going to have to downgrade it. But Netflix saw it. They saw that show and they kept it going and they ran its course with it. I mean, what if we had a Netflix back when Sarah Connor Chronicles was on, when another Fox show? So I got a tug of war of fucking going on between my past with Fox and my future with Netflix. Is that they both have scarred me. But yeah, I mean, I wish there had been an outlet to where Netflix could say, hey, you know what, that thing it wasn't stellar, but it got enough viewers to help for our needs. So yeah, I would love to see that.
Yeah, Netflix canceled Glow.
Yeah, I don't know how many people were watching Glow either, though. So that's the thing, and it's just some shows can't be saved, some shows can be, but their excuse for Mindhunters, I'm sorry, it's getting thinner and thinner. It's getting thinner and thinner every day. They should do Invisibles.
The only reason I'm watching Alien Earth is because I love the Alien series. That's one of my favorites. But I agree with you. I don't watch series anymore because they do that crap. They'll go lead you along and then all of a sudden cancel it.
You know what we got to do?
That's why I haven't watched one episode of Stranger Things. And when it's over with, I'll start watching it.
I don't know if it's going to be the best thing for viewership on the channel. To be fair, William, other than the Batmobile is probably the most known. That's fine. That's fine. And the Model T is a famous car too, but does it work in his story now? You see what I mean? I understand what you're saying, Antonio. It's just does it mean anything? Before I get back to it, because 253 million, that's better advertisement to get them. Yeah, but they're going to get a buttload of the commercial. For anything else they do going forward, K-pop was what they're going through right now. They can go straight into the Netflix and be fine. Mindhunters is probably something we need to go over and watch. Mindhunters is a brilliant series. You guys have heard me talk about it over and over again. It is one of the best things that Netflix has ever done, period. The only other thing that I would say rivals it is Stranger Things, but you have to be of a certain mindset and a billion people watch Stranger Things. I cannot wait for that to come out again. But Mindhunters is something I can put in the lap of anybody, to be honest with you. They need to get a season 3, and they're like I said, the excuses are they're running out. They're running. Every time I see some bullshit that Netflix puts out, or some shit that when I do watch Netflix and it pops up, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is some Z-list shit that you spent more money on than you were spending on Mindhunters. And you were getting Emmy nominations for Mindhunter, so you need to get that shit back up. I'm surprised I'm watching Alien fan fiction Earth. I'm trying to watch new shows. I don't watch fan fiction anything anymore, to be honest with you. It's just a stigma in my head. Nothing against the people who make it. If I'm sitting down to watch something, I want it to be the thing. That's why I don't watch Star Trek fan fiction. I don't watch any of that fan fiction. If I'm watching it, I want it to be canon to the history. That's just a bias on my part, though. Yeah, he was saying that too. Colt, yeah, he was saying that. But be honest with you, Netflix, bring it back, man. Bring it back. I mean,
I can handle fan fiction of Star Trek. Because the way the Star Trek series was, it wasn't all this long continuing story. It was a story in each episode.
of the eras
Well,
that
there-
each of those shows were put out in. Like I said, and this is the. I mean, we talked about
but,
this.
but still, it's still all, here's a story with the Star Trek universe. Okay, because it doesn't have to be canon for Star Trek, because Star Trek can be anything you could dream of.
Oh no,
There's-
that's fine. I don't give it 2 seconds. I understand there's millions and millions of people who watch it. I don't give fan fiction more time than it takes me to take a breath. I applaud. Listen, your uniforms are great. I've seen some stuff. Your ship, your the heart and devotion that you fan fiction guys put into it. I applaud that. Me personally, though, if I'm watching Star Trek, I want to be watching Star Trek. And that's not a knock against anybody who does it. Because like I said, I've met people at the convention and they are brilliant people and they make some really brilliant shit. And I've told some of them outright, I applaud what you do. I don't watch it because it's not, for me, it's not Star Trek. And they understood. I mean, but everybody else is, listen, tons of people watch the Action Hour, after the legal stuff was over, people were watching that and they put a lot of their own money into that. But, but like I said, I'm not watching it because for me, it's not Star Trek. So,
yeah, that whole Action Hour thing put me off watching Star Trek fan fiction. It really put a bad taste in my mouth, and I thought, I'm not going to watch fan fiction anymore of Star Trek.
I wish they would have kept that battle, but they tried to. The problem I have is that they tried to rally people to put pressure on CBS and Paramount, and they own the IP. It's really tough. I mean, it got better towards the end when they got all that past all that ugliness, but that ugliness became what a lot of people were associating with what went on. And so, hey, there you go. All right, guys. That's it. What's today? Wednesday? Don't know if I'm going to be on the air tonight. Who knows? Still figuring out our schedule. This Saturday, though, for those of you who understand and are into trauma, this Saturday, because I've been working on this show for a while and trying to get all the proper people together, we're going to have as many trauma folks on as possible. As far as because the Toxic Avenger gets released this weekend, that's a big, even though it's not a trauma film, it is a trauma created character. Lloyd Kaufman created the Toxic Avengers. This is a big week for them, even though it's not their film. It's a great exposure for them. So I'm going to try to get as many people as we can get on for that, and got some other things. I got one more person we're trying to work on for the show. That's another thing, by the way, that's getting me kind of squirmy about continuing the Saturday night show. Trying to get certain individuals on a Saturday is hard. And I remember Film Junkie, he would go through problems because his show's on a Friday. And so when you're trying to get people together at any level of fame, low, high, doesn't matter. We got our 2 shows on the 2 hardest shows days to get people on. So mulling some things around.
And
Let's
especially
see.
being
All right,
don't we have our the double feature on Saturday as well?
I changed
Yeah,
my mind. We ain't doing that shit. No, I'm
The
just kidding.
fuck we aren't.
Hold on. Oh, gotta
Blue
get off of
Raja
this,
at your
yeah.
service. I'll forgive you if you forget. Yeah. Who's next?
Okay, so we'll have one person on the fucking panel that thinks any of this is funny. That's fine. All right,
Well,
so
I
now
hear
we'll
it's
probably end up
always
doing
been-
that on a Friday or Saturday. I'll nail that down.
Okay.
All right, guys. That is it for tonight. I'm glad. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. For those of you watching long, just scroll past all the technical difficulties and anything Brad says. You can scroll past that. If you're watching on mute and Brad is talking,
And
you
so,
can probably just go ahead and
Wayne decided to just
go
leave early.
past
Though.
you don't worry about lung capacity of laughing at his
Yes,
jokes, because you will not be laughing because they're not funny.
Well, because we're watching
All
a
right, guys.
comedy classic. We watch other comedy classics,
Yeah.
but Williams is he's the boomer out of all us.
They're not. No, there's not no boomer. My dad's a boomer. I'm Generation X. I have some common sense.
Yeah.
Boomer.
Yeah, it sucks that these fucking kids don't know what a boomer is. Anyway,
you're a boomer in spirit.
There's no such thing as a boomer in spirit. You're either a baby
There is
boomer or
now.
you're not.
I just invented that, and you are one,
or you're not. You're either a Generation Xer or you're not. Everything else is you can go into a gray area whether the millennials and
is there a boomer designation council I have to consult with on this? No, there isn't. Then I didn't think so. So
that's just like asking if your jokes are funny. Should you tell them?
We're the
They're
last
not,
generation that didn't use Google for a while.
All
right. I mean, we watched again. We've already watched several comedy classics, and we got another one coming up. With
but this,
and the Blue Rajah and Ed from Good Burger and Ben Stiller.
You literally shit in your pants over a scary movie. This movie,
because that's objectively a piece of shit.
It's
like that kills brain cells by its existence.
You
yes, exactly. That's
you literally get
which is better
as you watch that. You got a problem.
Funny. It's actually funny. That
no,
one
is
the equivalent of baby food being smeared across your face for 2 hours.
Mystery Men is the boys before the boys.
Exactly.
Something is wrong with both of you.
Mystery Men. All that happened was it just came out too early. It came out a decade too early. It comes out if it comes out in the middle of the comic movie boom.
All right.
That thing cracks 200 million.
But he's got a problem with Scary Movie.